Welcome back. The second segment of the ILFL Soccer Night Show. I'm your host, Abul Hasnath, and I'm here to talk about the end of the winter and looking forward to the summer. Just before the break, we spoke about the Crusaders doing their treble and winning that League Cup, and we briefly touched on the Premiership, which we're going to talk a little bit more about later on, because there's something else that took place that we need to talk about. Coming up on the screen for you, we have the Unity Cups. Yes, we did the first part of the Unity Cups, the Super Cups, a few weeks ago, and then a couple of Sundays ago we had Legends Cup, and that was one packed tournament, and it took place on the same day as the Crusaders finals. So we had the Legends Cup, so hopefully if on the screens come up for you, I'm going to run you through the results, because quite a lot happened, and I'm going to have these guys tell a bit more about it. Whilst we're preparing that, Rush, I mean, the Legends Cup this year, 14 teams. It was one competition, wasn't it?
I think one key thing was different was this year is that it was a one-day tournament. It wasn't like previous years we had run into Sundays. So again, my thanks to teams that travel from outside London, likes of the players that came from Leeds, Oldham, from Milton Keynes, from Luton, various parts. So it's nice to see players making the effort to come down. And I think being a one-day tournament, it actually helped.
I'll tell you what, the screen's short. Shall we show up on the screen the teams that we had for that? So should be coming up for you now. The teams that took place in this competition were, just as some of them that Rashid mentioned, there you are. Group A had Hawk and Eagle, Bury Park, Saracens and RASA. And you can see the results there. That was Group A. And Group B had the London Tigers Vets, Sonali Otit, Revive Legends and Shagor Reunited Vets there. For those of you with the Sky Pluses, yep, just press pause and have a deep look at those results, because this is the way the groups look. Group A of the Legends Cup finished with Bury Park Saracens top in the table, winning 2 games and drawing 1, which was enough. RSA being the runners-up to go through with them, and Hawk and Eagle, unfortunately, those Vets were the first victims. In Group B, London Tigers Vets, they got themselves through jointly with Sonali Otit, just separating themselves with a goal difference, so well done to them too. The casualties there were Revive Legends and Shagor Reunited Vets. Then there was Group C. Again, I'm going to rely on you to use Sky Plus and have a look at those results. But Beaumont Masters were in that group with Oldham Vets and Luton West End Vets. Luton SC and West End Vets, shall I say. And Group D had our MK Galacticos, Riverside Vets and Sylheti Legends. And this is how those 2 groups turned out. So Group C, Beaumont Masters did their job right and got themselves through. And Oldham Vets, that one victory was enough to put them through and put Luton SC out. And in the final group, Group D, Sylheti Legends winning both of their games, and MK Galacticos needing that win against Riverside to knock Riverside out and put them through. So those were the 8 teams that I've just mentioned from the 4 groups that went through. And then this is what the quarter-final looked like. Beaumont Masters up against MK Galacticos. I know that was one hell of a game. Rash is going to tell us about it. Beaumont going through on penalties 4-2 after drawing 1-1. Then we had Bury Park Saracens. They played against Sonali Otit winning that quarter-final 4-1. My understanding is that scoreline doesn't reflect the game, because it was quite evenly played. Then we had London Tigers versus RSA, and that finished London Tigers 6-0. I understand that game, and its score does represent what it is there. So anyway, RSA, we look forward to you coming back next season to be even stronger than that. And then we had lastly the Sylheti Legends going 1-0 against Oldham Vets. That was a tight game. Oldham Vets, high hopes, and really difficult way, a hurtful way to go out, 1-0 to Sylheti Legends. Then the semi-finals looks like that. London Tigers Vets, they played against Sylheti Legends and they beat them 4-0. Sonali Otit knocking out Beaumont Masters 1-0. And then that was the final, and it was a tough final, 0-0. At full time, London Tigers winning that 3-1. That is the Legends Cup all wrapped up by me. I think I'm going to turn to you, Ruben, and say big congratulations, because on that day, long day it was for you, London Tigers Vets, but you reclaimed your crown, shall I say?
Well, Oldham Vets, I've got to mention them. They're the current Manchester FA affiliated Vets League champions, plus they're cup winners. Currently they're second in the Manchester FA Vets, and they're in the County Cup final of the Manchester FA. So I thought they were going to be our competition, and to see them go out in the quarter-final stage was a surprise. So you could see the calibre of football that was played on that day. And I actually spoke to Joel from Thing, and I said, if all my players turn up, I can't see us losing this. We lost it last year to Select, and it hurt. So three times this tournament happened. 3 times we're in the final, 2 times we're the winners, and lost once in the final. But as you can see by the score lines there, whole day we played football. We've not even conceded a single goal. Okay, in the whole day, out of all the games, we've not conceded a single goal. We were always confident. When all the players turned up who made themselves available, I was always confident that we are going to be at least in the final. Okay? We're going to be at least in the final. Even when we went onto penalties, we knew we had the class. I couldn't see anyone missing from our side on the penalty. Even if we went to 14, 15 penalties, we had 14, 15 penalty takers to go in there. And the other thing was we had a squad of players who just didn't play in goal or in defence or in midfield. You put them anywhere and they're comfortable. They were comfortable. I mean, I played in goal and I don't think I saved a single ball, out of the 6 games that we played. That's how strong the squad was for this one. And the other thing was, this one had a cash prize. Every team needs support and sponsors. That cash prize that gives to the under 7s and under 8s. And that's something for us vets we look forward to, rather than digging in the pocket, win some tournament and give it to the youth and say, look, there you go, that's a present from us to us. That cash prize that we received will see our under 7s and our under 8s whole year next year play football.
Brilliant.
So, and yeah, sorry.
No, I mean that's London Tigers covered here. I think well done. I mean,
sorry, I was going to ask you. Obviously, this year was slightly different. You have different management.
Yes.
I believe Cameron's managed him. What was different with Cameron's compared to Mr. Bay normally who used to manage before? Since last year, I know Cameron's. Has it been different in terms of setup or the way you play? What's been different?
What Cameron's has brought in is like a bit of fresh air. It's although the guy can't play, but he can manage.
Right. I know he's watching the show.
I know he's watching the ball. I'll probably be in the subs bench next year, in the next game. But fresh air meaning is we know how Mesba's management style is. Okay? But Cameron's is so laid back and he's so calm, and that reflects on the players. Okay? It's the calmness that he brought in once he's starting managing. Even the Vets League. The calmness he brought in, is, I don't know how he does it, but it's...
I would have said the opposite. From what I see, is quite strict and abusive or shouts.
No,
you're saying it's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
I thought Mr. is like that, though. You're saying it's the...
It's the other way around. Cameron knows which player to put his hands around, which player to be nice to, and which player to be horrible to bring out the best in the player.
So would you say he's actually pushed the team on, or
definitely
carried on forward?
Yeah, definitely. But Mesba and Kamruz, they're both different style of managers, but they've got the ability to bring the best player, best out of the players. But I personally, as I said, what difference he made is he's a little bit more calmer than Mesba is. Mesba is very, I want to win this at any cost. He's a goal-getter. Mesba's like a goal-getter.
Let me get an outside view on that, because I can see sort of there's bias with Cameras in, there's bias with Mesba. So go on, Jermaine.
I want to actually promote Cameras. I actually do think he can play football. I think I only saw him put one misplaced pass, but other than that, he was quite composed on the ball. Very calm as well.
Just got back from operation as well
and
recently.
You said you didn't concede any goals, and he was part of the defence. So I think he was very reassuring, and he wasn't shouting at nobody for the ball. Just calmly asking him, pass the ball and what have you. And I thought that was very good.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to ask you that then, Rash, because it's interesting, the styles of management. Now, let's both the two of us look at it as a league management now. We've seen different styles of management over the years. And you've got that sort of Jekyll and Hyde type of management, because, Mesba,
I think London Tiger is an established club. It's a well-organised team. I think the players they have, the calibre they have. I watched the final and I was surprised they didn't score. They should have won a couple of goals. I think Shinali lost the legs because they had a tough semi-final. I think they got tired, whereas Tigers still had the legs, still had the drive. they were team looking like to score. They were attacking, they still were running, but unfortunately couldn't score. But I think, to be honest, the right team won.
Yeah.
They were one of the favourites from the beginning. I thought MK Galacticos could look good.
That's what I was going to say. Let's talk about some of the other clubs.
Other teams, I think...
MK Galacticos, very unfortunate to lose to you guys on penalties. Yeah. But they're a great team, aren't they?
They're a good side. I think there was a lot of fresh 35-year-olds, so to speak. Half of them I thought maybe are not 35, but they were 35, but they look good. But, you know, when it comes to penalties, you need to be on luck, and they were unfortunate there.
Bury Park Saracens, I really want to ask you, because I wasn't there, but I heard Bury Park Saracens gave Sonali Otit a brilliant game, and it was just sort of goals winning because of mistakes.
Sonali Otit were a good side as well, because you got to look at the players they recruited. To be honest, a bit like Sylhet, they recruited players from various teams who were not participating, so they had the luxury of selecting those superstars. So they were, on paper, one of the teams, but I think they just lost the legs after the semi-final. Whereas Tigers, they had a good squad. They've got a winning mentality. They're used to winning tournaments, and I think mentally they were geared up. Physically, I think the key thing for me, physically they were more ready and able to win the final itself.
And the biggest one, which Nurulbai's already mentioned on, but Oldham Vets, come on. They are a big name. They're very well
I expected
established.
more. Actually, we played them in the group stages, and my expectation was high. But I know from the manager, they were saying there was a few players that dropped out on a Saturday night, unfortunately, and therefore they didn't have the strongest. Obviously, to travel from Oldham to London is a bit of a journey for them. So expectation was high because you need your key players make a difference. I think they were strong, but they could have been stronger had those full squad been in London itself. So again, it was nice to see them. But congratulations to Tigers for obviously get third final, winning for the second time itself.
Well, get ready to say congratulations again to them. I'm going to bring back up onto the screen because we're now moving away from the Legends Cup. Again, big thank you to all those 14 teams that took part in the Legends Cup. We hope to see you again next year. But what would you call it? The competition's only going to get stronger, as Nurulbai's mentioned. So we're going to move on to the Veterans League. So on the screen coming up for you is there is the Sonali Otit and ILFL Veterans League. It was the end of the Veterans League 6, and we only had one set of fixtures to deal with. There they are. It was the final few fixtures for the Premier Division. So Stepney Legends beating Bromley Legends 2-1. St Catherine's losing against London Tigers 3-2, and Saya beating Abahani 3-0. And that result meant that London Tigers are the champions of the Premier Division. Again, defending champions, should I say, 4 times champions now, if I've got that right. But London Tigers win the Premier Division. Stepney takes second place. And looks like the teams that are going down this year are Bromley and Abahani. So
just Bromley, yeah.
Very likely it's Bromley, possibly Abahani going down as well. So, Nurulbai, another congratulations. So that's now Super Cup, Legends Cup, Veterans Premier Division. Does it stop?
It was hard this year. It was very, very hard this year, as you probably could see by the 2 losses that we've lost. We lost to Abahani, and you're saying they're one of the teams who might be relegated.
No, it's just one team relegated.
And the other one we lost to was Saya.
First game.
In the first game. But if if we could start a little bit more faster, then we can see there or thereabouts next year. But I can't see it. You know, the advantage of what we have in this team of London Tigers A, the first team, is the players are not just one-place players.
Multiple. So
they can, wherever you put them in, they will play. I mean, this year, because we're the second team, we didn't have the large enough squad as we had last year. I mean, where our goalkeeper even scored 2 goals. He had to play the emergency striker. The amount of injuries we had because of the old legs was unbelievable.
I've got 30 seconds and I'm dying to ask you this question because obviously your Vets team has been, they've done the double, the Vets, and London Tigers organisation quadruple. This was the first season that you had the B team, and I want to ask very quickly, has that helped towards your success this year?
Yes, in a way where the players are getting the experience to come into the Premier Division. That's the way it helped. But also, it wasn't a help because the first team had to help out the second team. So we were losing players. While we have nine players on the squad, we were struggling 7 players each on the squad just to make the 2 teams.
I've got to cut it off. The Maghrib Azan is coming up. So we're going to go for a quick break. For those of you that are fasting, you get the chance to break your fast now. Quickly get your prayers done and come back over and join us for the final segment. We'll see you in a bit.